In this lesson, we will be discussing security assessments, including penetration testing, vulnerability scanning, and application scanning. In the current digital age, security is one of the most critical factors when it comes to organizations. Cyber attacks, data breaches, and other security threats are increasing at an alarming rate. Cloud security assessments are one way to mitigate these risks and ensure that your organization's sensitive data remains safe. A cloud security assessment is an analysis of your organization's security posture conducted to identify potential threats, risks, and vulnerabilities. A comprehensive security assessment can help you understand the current state of your organization's security measures and identify areas that need improvement. Conducting security assessments is crucial to pinpoint potential threats and vulnerabilities that may endanger your organization's assets. One of the primary goals of a security assessment is to identify threats that have a potential to disrupt services. Threats can be classified into three primary types: natural, unintentional, and intentional. Natural threats include natural disasters such as fires, flooding, and hurricanes. Unintentional threats arise from mistakes made by administrators or users. Intentional threats, on the other hand, include malicious attempts to disrupt services, access data, or delete data. By identifying potential threats, organizations can develop a plan to make sure that they mitigate any of the risks that they pose. Next, we have vulnerabilities. Vulnerabilities are known weaknesses in a system, service, application, or user that can be exploited by a threat actor. These vulnerabilities can be present in various forms, including operating system bug, physical security such as an unsecured server room door, or even device failure such as the loss of a hard drive. By identifying vulnerabilities, organizations can take steps to patch and address them before they're exploited by a threat actor. The identification of potential risks is also an important part of a security assessment. Risks are the potential for loss of data integrity and confidentiality and/or availability of a service. Now, this is if the vulnerability is actually exploited by the threat actor. For example, data loss can occur if a laptop containing confidential information is stolen from an employee while traveling, and the service loss can occur if a single internet connection between the business and CSP is unintentionally cut by a construction crew. By identifying risks, organizations can take steps to mitigate or eliminate them before they lead to significant losses. Now, penetration testing is one form of cloud security assessment that an organization can use to identify potential risks and vulnerabilities. Penetration testing is an authorized attack conducted by a third-party security firm to assess and report the security level of an organization. The test is conducted with the knowledge and approval of the organization, and the penetration tester uses the same tools and techniques as a malicious attacker. A report is generated at the end of the test to specify weaknesses and offer mitigation suggestions. Vulnerability scanning is another approach to cloud security assessments. Vulnerability scanning software checks applications and services for security issues, including misconfigurations, missing security patches, and known vulnerabilities. The scan can be conducted with administrative credentials from the inside of the network or without credentials, using the same approach as an external attacker would use. Web application scanning software is yet another approach that organizations can use to scan their websites and web services for vulnerabilities. The software connects to the web application site the same way a customer or attacker would, and then searches that site for vulnerabilities. The software constructs a model of the entire site after discovering all of the pages and web services. By identifying potential vulnerabilities, organizations can take steps to patch and address them before they're exploited by a threat actor. Cloud service providers have rules in place regarding penetration testing, so organizations must review their agreement with the cloud service provider before beginning any scans or tests. Once vulnerabilities are identified, organizations can use the information gathered from vulnerability scanning and penetration testing to harden their systems and services. Hardening attempts to reduce the vulnerabilities and their associated risks by applying best practices, configurations, and tools to systems. So remember, cloud security assessments are crucial for any organization that utilizes cloud computing. Assessments allow for the identification of threats and vulnerabilities and provide valuable insight into areas that require remediation or mitigation. The different types of assessments include penetration testing, vulnerability scanning, and web application scanning. They each have their own unique benefits and should be utilized as needed. The gathered information can be used to harden systems and services, reducing the vulnerabilities and their associated risks. By prioritizing security assessments and taking proactive measures to address any identified issues, organizations can maintain a strong security stance and protect their valuable data and services in the cloud.